Yes, you live on HammerTime. And I no pay. We work as a family affairs. Nyomna ebogu no Pastor Dom. First name friend Nana K. That was the hip life time. Na ene waha ebe didi nkomo na every time we start in nyom tour. Ene dwumadi no Nana K now Pastor Dom. Na ansa na no me bono nyom ba ko mienu bia then na eno na Kofi Kumbilson o tran radio so a Kofi Kumbilson so a ma na ho toro but me intro bi ansa na ya twetwe enkomo no how time woni tua de bia no enyoma enter isi na esi wa ha exclusivity nkwa na de enyoma untie sa de wi na mo identify the voices.
Yeah, yo, this is RSV and this is Lucci with the runnings.
Oh, man, with the master plan, Big Shaq.
This is Stigma represent from the east to the west, no stress, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Or you for back in track again.
And you know what's up, we're down for my man and the king from downtown is gonna bust it up for 98. Yo, watch out, RSV
represent.
That's what we're gonna do, yo, man.
This is RSV. One time.
Lana, even like us what you
me kind poor RSV. Yeah, Shock Mercury Radio.
Yes.
Yeah, no, come home. What's the other guy? Oh man.
One is Morris, right? No,
Dadaima.
Yeah,
Dadaima.
Yeah. We didn't think you answer now. I tried to call us.
Me rapping, that's me a producer. I feel the 98 Havana, miss when you're producer. Osiko be producer, me a man, miss when you're Zika. Munya de moke kana, miss me to mo case. Warakasa be feeling, you know what feel the bass. Hey, Wama Makai, gone on the days. Me na me den your pabbe, wo edge so musaya. Munim se kokosa so mudi, and ya kame who was him ye. Oka was
Nana. This song is about 23 years. 23 years ago. Night is saying getting a place to record.
It was challenging, you know. I mean, at a time when me started say me pese me rapping. I mean, think about me started nyom to Opokuai. That's when I discovered my talent as a writer, a singer in Thierry school. And I was just me convert like English songs to tree idea, then shifted to rap. Then I met Ochiame Kwame and Daniel, not Daniel Oye Jumama Koi Oye Nkunya friends say
Nkunya
baby you renting you may free
owner
not Daniel your DJ but owner
okay
and tina Kwame ne Kofi nyina ko eyoko ye demos into the bia no metwa kwan ko asafo near quiet demos, so near P.O. be a bit me a recording. To Kwame Mumunya deal with Andrew, no, I was hoping say needs to meet me and your baby. And I'm far the way I wanted it to go. I mean, we call you to Kwan Kodamako, Kirkuman, Temo, a cry near there, sometimes Joy FM yet, and I did down Kunyaso near there, still. And I came across where Obina Kachem so BB studio or TUC, which was Baba Draman.
Okay.
And your Kohe studio no but no suni Obia Obitsimi like an engineer. And someone through the grapevine introduced me to Dadaima and he did Dadaima Kohe and also a started studio. So that's pretty much how it all came about.
Now growing up, what kind of songs were you hearing or listening to that inspired you to do music?
I think I mean in our household there be from your papa back in the day Apawa AB Crystal Thomas and I remember there were these two particular records Bakuya Yellow and Bakuya Red
Blood green
Binsu right so and our uncles so they are all musically inclined from Kwame or Beba no Nyom Rich in idea. And I think genre of music in our household, it was a huge array of genres that we listened to, whether high life, R&B, blues, soul, and in our generation, hip hop, and it was one of the biggest influence for music. Where Eric now on almost one of mixtapes, the idea, you know, Nana Minta. We was sometimes you could Joma
room 1 Nana Minta Joma was also
yeah. Is this cause they means in the phone cry yan makosho mo frame cassette ra to be quite nyumbia se bring am me si me pay o mo bo mo nyuma ton ma di me si o mo bo nyuma me pe no. So I think that's where most of the influence came from, plus of Kwakune, or guitar, bass, drums. So the influence had always been around, right? It's just that I didn't take learning instruments that seriously.
But how come? Let me go to Akwasi. The kind of my dream basso say back then, now you found cassette. Back then they said you're born your man. That's a drum medal. I say sorry why no. The internet is harder.
I'm say hard to make church because tembi am pese me na me be the baby a pese tembi send your farm. Perfect. Perfect, but sometimes it was a bit too much. It is a me who some coffee baby na say me who say drum medal na. The person must say wine say me be fan are ready amami.
That imagine so born you me drum fifi. Now so we fast now kokro. This was our one cassette no.
And sometimes with the pencil, the shape now.
Yeah. Cassette now what you be now the tape.
So.
Yeah.
And that time so okay, later I decided okay so my collection into maybe kwachom yomba no so betwene de also kwachom ba so betwene if your cassette be a double Now back to you, Nana. It didn't went one try so be an instrument because we had it in the house.
Yeah, I think it never dawned on me to. You know, I felt that I wasn't called to do that. Even though I like music, I enjoyed listening to music, but I never thought that I would become a singer or a songwriter or anything like that. I think that's where that stemmed from.
I remember you used to do some lines be from Heavy D, right?
Yeah. So that's a Kings International. My nickname Heavy D. Me the D. Me to say PDD. My rebranding is from Heavy D, Kings International to Tebo B to D Nice, because we had all these influences of rappers. New idea. So one season I'm Heavy D, one season I'm Tebo B, one season I'm D Nice, and me call Upokuare that. Ubia say Hammer Junior. I say eventually move from Michigan cry say me could intro be and they only told me. So what kind of refi AS 111 Ropeke, yeah. So one your mark quite been on me back now. Now you be the church if you are butchaba. Now me try picture. Now also back in the day, we try to be yo until we try picture na me white picture na me the background to a chair. I say
Photoshop.
Manual Photoshop. And now you come up and you buy was you now come way then what you know you come that be Colombia bania they say na so the call butcher am say I'm a call butcher. No so call here na be said be a chop Boston only a chop Michigan so Michigan so enti what Jerry so was you junior senior see on how if you are butcher body out on cattle slack.
Yeah.
That means we couldn't do something can make a show man can't show no baby sow.
Okay.
Or my baby chair say Matthew
somebody don't buy
Shaba Neuropeke yeah. That's where Michigan came from. Yeah, will be most of my mates friend match
and then you into me
to me
yeah, we have it too. I'm here, I'm too. I mean, this is your FM 95.7. See you, with your wild pen, which me and pie. Upon paper, not about for me cuz I'm on ya mo pay me pay the dia on your back now so ning na your pay e do me wo se me no me no tansi e na se fa dream e for me home yes e pay to pay na want see if I know one e better there be no now say me so they go come on say what Tintonti, yeah, I'm Sunday Friday. 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 If I'm got a shit, he said me go for worry. Yen mo kuko say yeah, cut a shit. No man never go for yen near trouble. Now so one the mic cause I go for the call. Open once I go carry be so call. Yeah, me rest of it, yeah, I'm Sunday Friday.
You're live on Pure 95.7. Music and the background is coming from Nana K, now Pastor Dom. You used to listen to all genres of music, but I then decided to be hip life.
I mean, just imagine, remember, yes, a rap competition, right? So Kings International, they be a makwaya na you dance competition and rap competition, and for BME group no, na you Muslim name Madame Fubako Santiago, Santiago.
Yeah, Santiago.
And so we were constantly battling, like it wasn't like a rap battle. So that was there, but I never created or did any original material, right? So as I started, writing, I felt that I had something to share, because with singing there's only so much content that you can put in, whereas with rap you can actually have more content in there. With rap, I mean, if I say idea ube kind of to me, I took 16 lines, right, which means I rap 16 lines in maybe say 4 bars, whereas Otonum be at 2 lines in 4 bars type of thing, right? So it gives you more room to convey your message.
Okay. So you decided to do hip life after school?
Yeah. That's the past one.
But growing up, your ambitions?
Well,
come here, I remember some cousin when you're carpenter crap. I mean, so then a Barbie suit.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, we all had these aspirations. Because a doctor, my media know say me a lawyer, or say me a lawyer part, because I send you back and will become no. Me a lawyer, and I'm see your me business, not say business bank. So, but go Poku are great. That wasn't really in the picture, but then we did what we had to do after Pokuari called IMS to study marketing, called Abroche IT, then moved on to finance and pastoring. So I think so over the years, and I've realized in Yankupona orchestrating my steps, and all these things that I did have come in extremely handy, right? So I don't have to go and hire anybody to do it for me. I can do it myself. So and also
because I remember those days near troll raps, I say your bar near stop.
Yeah.
Bar near stop.
It's Yanyo.
Yes, you are me.
Now, because you now penum te o ze then no. Now peniti.
Se me den di tin na me nya ma dwen se me pese me sua na me ye me me pese se nyum si dress na me ni ho. Nti o go hwe se nyum si dress o hwe se nyum si me nya bianka me. Se nyum pa de.
Yeah, out.
Just for relaxation.
Doing music, ma ehuye.
Oh yeah. Oh, but she wasn't too pleased, with me. So ma anything it wasn't too pleasing to her, and rightfully so. No, she had this sense of pride. Said, "Me bano mesho, you don't have to do anything else." To the point that at one point, na me koye guy be apprentice as a barber. Right, you try about Kadiego home class once in a baby and phone on his young to pan now, but you were over shop once because 10 times to be treated. See, I'm to be tried. No, so or the Caribbean mammy, and no, because 10 what share mamma, and no, so Bobby right. So there was that. At one point, also baby a job no one and that guys need to plastic bags near here, and also me see it's coming to plastic and I made some hustle. And also a home bro. Say me with me a show and pesa me banyo me pesa umbo say you know, what to turn your massa. So there was a sense of pride into we be outside of say, or do you go school,
a problem.
Yeah, problem. So it was the same thing in your tour. Me buy a cry na uncle's catch say, oh no, go for you. Umokasa say, Umofa see Casacho or to you because it got to a point I know if he said, what bread. You know, catch you and I can see you hard, but you know, I felt say I had a passion that I wanted to pursue that's all that it was.
Live on Pure 95.7.
This one's dedicated to the one I love.
Anyway, what's sample there?
Say, back there, our Kelly Tichia. I'll go be
yeah, Kelly. Yeah. So, writing these songs, now the uncles, they were into music and stuff.
Debbie.
How come?
I mean, it was just my own thing, right? I never felt the need to consult with them on anything at all. Never dawned on me.
You know, Baba, only Baba terms, let say, I said, produce. Baba was your first producer.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you arrange your stuff? I mean, contract and you know.
Yeah, we didn't have any contract. We didn't have any contract, so I know say.
So also didn't take a shame.
Although didn't take a shame. So and that's the back then, right? So I think that any new emerging artist, and that's why you need a manager. A manager will actually arrange all those things for you. But I mean, so now I was just so passionate in getting it done. I never looked at all those things. So it was just on the fly. Koneko recorded. You walk to studio when you be your favorite, and you were happy doing it. But at some point, you also you expect a return. Now returning so bad, now go some way.
Okay.
But me, I mean, can't will be some input. So, yeah, to you me go baby this cassette see by being capre, right? Oh yeah, I'll see you your Koji's kind of bright. That's what you say. So at one point, I'm Koji's kind of. And also, media me lie.
Collections, no. Okojiji also cassettes kana udi.
Hey, I mean, yeah.
And they show that.
So no, and then when you think about it, it wasn't in any Yisika movie answer, right? Because the things that Wako recorded.
Ochio on record, Ochio.
Or the big so mobile your friends central.
Police station.
Central. Or in now 4 when you no more consult you when I'm with me corner. Idiot, be free a me offer. But you can't say, you know, but
Nanako side there was it. Nanako said that. Now, my out is here, you.
Episode catch it. Says a guy grab a car, which let me be bit you.
Baya Baba too was a family friend.
Yeah, no. So this weekend, crossing me when the year and we got chat. It's just all fun and games, but I think say Abi or no, so he felt that he needed to teach me a lesson, which is quite important because integrity is also key to everything that we do. Just the fact that when your contract, it didn't give me the right to do what I did, right? So it was a big lesson learned. And you know, you do certain things, you recognize it, you acknowledge and move on, right? Because I don't think that no to prison for years for right. Nah.
It ended or you moved on.
No, we moved on. Every time I met a town been to a doom Chababa, you know, because I still
no because then no to one record you.
Oh no, this happened just before I left for Canada.
After the second album?
Yeah, this is just I think so. Oh no, this was because the other one, Roberto anymore is never recorded. So I even recall say no threat me say mean to me you be on recorded you. And I'm so sure anyhow. Yeah, Obi a sign a contract and then also not because to you must see or mean to me boy because obviously he's Muslim and you know in Islam no Jesus in Nyame to me kasa. So there's a bit of a conflict there as well, right?
So a Muslim producing a Christian artist. Okay.
It will also be quite dicey, but we're still okay.
It's the remix. Say Chroma Brand. Like hey. My name for me, Bremo. And for me, you yeah, and then too, said you have a no crane make.
On first, the home's rapping. Tony, you know.
Yeah. That's where the influence comes from, right?
Yeah.
You know, every time I listen to the song, it reminds me of 1986 when Namu graduated from State Experimental. We had these competitions. When it Bamusane or say Kumini or the yeah.
Then they just say, oh yeah. What's in what's steps? Then it just say, oh yeah.
Fresh rim cause you're crying in your be I just say why it's be a media or don't I'm fatter being one I'm inside me metal made you back one of cocoa no cocoa say me piggy every time I'm so die it's me a dear pirate then I'm a bumpy.
Okay, so and then officially I'll hand over the CDs to you. Won't to me by Nana K 1998. And Nana K Master CD Nanak Entertainment 2000.
Wow.
Yeah. Officially Joe CD.
And then maybe the presentation we have HammerTime.
Because Onibi.
Wow.
No, maybe.
Onibi. Auntie.
Masters.
And the masters.
Yeah.
Girl, I wanna be your man, everything that I tell you, that know that I can. Why don't you come and be my woman? Your smile and your steps tell me that you were Jenny.
I glad it's in the galley, say to me, mommy, go to me, brum. Me don't fear the man, my shada, but pam, no, my shada, sa, it's your, yeah, make a type, burial, when you now so your bro, even when I'm a shada, my highlights, maybe so was so a train, Mr. Right, alright, my train watch it, tell me down swat, now me chow, titus, crack.
Now, then a movie from hip life to a to gospel.
I think that whatever that's in you, it's in you, right? You can only run for so long. And it doesn't matter what you do. At some point, so that's why sometimes so when we are dealing with people spreading the gospel and you're by force, our job is to plant the seeds, and I think the seeds were already planted from years. Okay, say Jesus, you may koda na mama free na yembom pai yankin kind Bible ni idea. Okay, one time we will see na me say Roman suffer. You can't say I'm see or say there be Roman so for the there be open and also open nana no munti Roman so for the is out. So I mean the desire had been there, but say Nyankopon mama chedie I meet media chonyom atro songs are, you know, why can't I use music as a vehicle to convey a message of hope, a message of redemption, and you know, an encouragement to somebody else, right? So that's where it all came from.
But you were born Catholic, and then now moving to CCC.
So Catholic no die start o Opokuware.
Okay.
It Marco boarding school, Catholic school. Now my back as a Protestant. You know, and that was a bit a challenge to that Mama had with me. So what be fear was unko Roman view. You know, cause to me free fear. What the trunk swap is that about to. Luckily for me, you drew a particular line on that. That about you not taxing inside them. Bro. Right, so no, after me, you know, I got converted, and as a matter of fact, yeah, I will tell you the actual story. I got converted December 17th, 1994. Mr. Tiopoko, I'm a day student for the first term, second term, and I'm a core boarding. And I'm a core boarding. Maybe the story be of a guy be an old ne boss in the Wafasi ABC school in a car born, and somebody described that scenario to me, and for like 6 months, he put me in depression. Because now I say, hear me, yeah. So, I mean, to one time, you put a classes na me call, sorry, them Misusa, and Madame for Matthew Wame. Ura no see no ye prophony. No see on a DNA course na me catcher. And I me catcher and I see okay, Saturday you okay, meet me Abba Pro. No, they make chair pro penny phony be. Michael Kotomoti Mone. Matthew, and that's where it basically started, right? And also before after that incident, you coffee biana me da na said muntu macheme all these spiritual experiences. So December 17th, 1994, that's when I responded to the call or invitation to give my life to the Lord, and it's been quite a journey, and that's where I even discovered my gift as a singer, because no more friends I remember to say I mean Roman ni worship na use your money and Joe Minta say oh we be okay, and I started, and people appreciated what I did, and so it was a great source of motivation for me to keep at it.
But you came out from OWAS doing hip life?
No, I came out of OWAS doing nothing. Nothing. So 1997 is when I did. I think it was 97. I did Moon to Me on 98.
98.
Yeah, 98
on the CD, and they come as
right.
Oh, not Troy.
Yeah,
and I even sound. But then you were still with CCC Charisma.
Oh yeah.
So.
And also awesome. Yeah. So CCC, I'm a Tonyum or Charisma. Nah, behind closed doors, and me to rap because I wanted it so bad that I compromised on my faith. So and eventually the truth will come out. So Guinness music for your dancing feet, and then who be dead because we all say Za nightclub. Za nightclub. Guinness music for your dancing feet. Say no, so a nationwide. No more China made to me idea. Idea chinya. My continue with see a point. Sorry, I see oh no pointy. Hey, I'm on force wedge. Say where the drill or sufferance for new guys are going to meet to where he's in the idea. So right. So that's one of the things that I appreciate about Pastor Ransford. Say, you know, and I tend to take the same approach with other people. Sometimes people will see something good in you that you don't see or other people don't see, and it's up to other people to help nurture and groom that. And he's never turned his back on me up until that point. Even near like evangelism or the sorry bus many Morris Kingdom Soldiers Morris your fat bus near the your tunyum my kind Bible invitation, people that students will come and give their lives to the Lord. So sometimes, and that's why we shouldn't be quick to judge people, right? Because Nyankopon, he can do anything, he can use anybody.
CCC experience. You, Owari Junior, Roro, Morris. Yeah. Now what to sing? I said, oh, David say.
We just love music. You know, we just loved hanging around doing music because Charisma was all about music. And Morris, OJ, Roro, they were all musically inclined. And it's just a breath of fresh air to be around those guys. And they did it from the heart, right? You know, and I think that's where that comes from.
I think Pat Anthony was there.
Pat Anthony was there, yeah.
And there's another one.
Kofi Boateng.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although right now he passed up over states.
Pure FM 95.7.
For Mufanche, you know, 23 years ago, CD no cross, you to me play cry Adam. I was here for Nanake and then this and then the first gospel album. Hong Kong. I know feature Morris. This is Morris. It's after that album, no, going in for this, say, okay, now no more hip life.
Yeah.
So come on, dear net saying.
So no, yeah, you know, come on, you know, to me. But I mean, initially he was all for it, but one time he walked into the studio, and Nami took yesterday. No, say I want to mean can yesterday. I say. No, the one yet. I'm saying and I have to find another way. So I'm saying that and then the kaya, and eventually we managed to, you know, get it out. Yeah.
And also sales net saying.
It was all right.
So and so how did the people welcome it?
I mean, it was well received from especially the local church community, you know. But as far as, you know, it was just basically growing on people, because sometimes people feel that once you switch, you know, it be out. So people kind of feel you out to see, say, oh, is this real or not, type of thing. But for me, it wasn't a matter of it being real or not. I did, you know, take a step back because I needed the opportunity that bad, right? But I think it was okay.
Honest, Marco Kreku then, Lord Kenya.
Yeah.
No relation. Net saying.
Ogwanti. Oh, meaning Mark. Yeah, you know the relation was good. I think that Mark not me had but I don't think that business wise he was in for doing any sort of gospel production. That wasn't his area of expertise. You know, Mark done in Niabre with your friend saying Coco guy. What's his name? Dasibre Jamina, and at the time that's when Dasibre 2 was, you know,
up there.
Lord Kenya, and you know, that Achiame so graduate first line out. So his focus was totally different. But other than that, Mark was very supportive, very inspiring, was very encouraging. Mark on the you know, if you are me free already, then what we try to touch him at the Honoma.
Your office no.
Your office on, but it's always like almost like the ghetto, right? But it's also taught me some lessons, right? As far as Mark, his work ethics go, no? Mark is a go-getter, you know. We'll be out together, so now we treat Audi.
Yeah.
You know, right? And
right,
and it's not like, you know, he comes from a bad family. I mean, he came from a good family, wealthy family, but he decided to just go out and get his own. You know, so it taught me a few things in life, which every now and then I think I employ them here and there.
HammerTime.
Na so one trade that what ya what de beba no my yet yes o beba say o before in chana wa benti mo my yes ye ho aye bobo aye mi si yesu bo emra yesu kono ka so besa baby yo na so one trade that what ya what de beba no my yet yes o beba say o before in chana wa benti mo my yes ye ho aye bobo aye mi si yesu bo aye bobo aye mi si yesu bo aye bobo aye bobo 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 aye mi si yesu bo aye bobo aye bobo bobo aye mi si yesu bo aye bobo aye
studio Ben na Tabia eba hono CK
Golden Voice Studio and Baga Studio now, and this song actually reminds me of Tabia.
Okay.
Because you my old boy Sabato produced here.
Okay.
This was the first song I just, you know, Sabato was around at Ima, and you know I gave him the shot set on try, and I loved how it turned out. By the time when they came to the studio, Basi ne CK mo, and we quite by Basi this week or schooling kaka.
Okay.
Yeah, not mean kite, but when he started reminding me of everything that we did in the studio, that's when it came to mind. You know, ni CK mobile no, because me was studio that the man is small mo, right? Yeah.
Big boys.
Big boys. You say big boys.
Level don't change.
Chosen you among the nations. Go into the world and spread forward my word. Baptize anyone who accept it in the name of the Father. Jesus, ever my identity never said. Run your bones, summer shit, family home. Jesus, ever my identity never said. Run your bones, summer shit, family home. You're right, yeah, my me. Tina me, yeah. Not only need dog can sing tea, me to send ya me tea.
Watch out, Kwame.
A Japan buy a friend Yesu, a bun samba, Teku, da watamfo bebo hompo. Only a pack with a nine pieball. Beduna, Hong de Woko. This Elijah, which I besoko. But when in the house, I rejoice in the Lord, man, your baba. Found from Brassier with your boko. Here, no door, whom faso. But when he shot the who I am, Timupo, or Chame Kwame, you were whom Koso, and a cake Kasa. Wow.
So, how's it like? How's it feeling like when you hear such songs, you know? After how many years now? 22 years?
But you know, it's a humbling experience just hearing where I started from. These were humble beginnings, right? And sometimes as artists, when you listen to certain songs, even when you're in the studio recording a song, and now say, we mean pebio. And when I started, it was like that. But these days, I've also come to appreciate then where I was then, because that's what it was then, and where I'm at now. So the progression is we need when everything that you do there is pointless what you do, right? So it's very humbling.
Then you umiti Swazi B.
Oh yeah. Swazi, bro. Near rapid. For instance, Takwa. Lord Kenya, so another story. They say Lord Kenya or yourself, let the past be the past.
AF Samuel, so now only movement to saying
AF Samuel.
They don't turn video no, or video CDs. Also, join your man or a video compilation. Fair guy, be.
No,
it's all wait to me finish that. I'm so no course you may be cry.
Oh yes. I think so. He sorted me out all right. Make I only record Takwa. No, if you Takwa.
I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
If someone.
Yeah, could you show me so Sunyane? Yeah, all these places.
Boys are bro. No, that time not payo any
right.
Do songs, you need to pay for them to play. Honor Honson 70.
Honson the say Baba no one to payo. Into me, I also may build a relationship with the radio presenters, right?
Okay.
So that was the hardest part, because I think that what I had at the time had great potential. But my producer wasn't willing to. He didn't understand the concept of payo, right? So he wasn't willing to pay, and he felt that it was, if the music is good, the music is good, and people have to. So I mean, thankfully, we had people around us like the NBYs, we had the Napokus, and brother
Kosia Sise,
brother Emmanuel. All those, Daryl Sean, so they really kind of Heavy D, to move it up.
Late Heavy D, may he so rest in peace.
Right, Patricia, Patty Daps, yeah. So they were they were all there to really
Flash Junior,
to help, to get the word across. But Kofi Kumbilson did it for me.
Yeah.
I mind Chia Payobia Kofi heard it and Odi and the theme song for his show. In Tiene, we Kakabi more and any said, a brack of me that's you and when but he did it out of the goodness of his heart, because he thought that it was a good song and he could identify with it.
This is HammerTime exclusive interview with Pastor Dom.
Sisi baby amaye na obeba ti se oifo wasishwe Mary Bante na mikura maketu ya se medebe makunya semi nenumatie oni makuma swandi ya se Yesu ba mimi ndo kwa shwa hene oswa kuma shwa hene se and then you want to train when I say now run and
Enti me family agro may be
Pure FM 95.7.
Maybe bedra sasi pechem sasi sui pechem wako Enti me
back then, MC Afrifa Krano Eden.
MC Afrifa, they had a group. Only David and Nora and there too.
David Blake? No,
not David Blake. David Riffy. Riffy last name, tall David. So they also had a group that they sang, and they came around every now and then. So I decided to feature them on some of the tracks. So the MC intro and Nora did the singing, and David wasn't in town much. So, but anytime he was in town, whether I was doing a program or whatever, we get them to sing as well.
MC Afrifa of Love FM.
Yeah.
Saria made me home my radi me pesa me did any wait makoma swadia kawa sisu ya kitabi sadia made me home.
How do you write your songs? How do you get the lyrics?
It comes in various forms. Sometimes I will wake up in the morning and I'll be singing. Whether I was singing in a dream and I get up, then I'll record it on my phone for a later time. Sometimes it will be as I'm preparing my sermons, it will come up, I'll write it down. Sometimes too, I may hear a tune, like some chords, and I'll write something to it. So I don't have a set way of writing music. It just comes and I just go with the flow. No, that's not true.
No, I'm just asking.
That's not true. Yeah, a few songs. D and Kind by OJ.
Okay.
D and Kind was written by OJ.
D and Kind OJ. Okay. Yeah. OJ was here last week.
Yeah.
On HammerTime.
Yeah, it was written by OJ, and there's this one that I did, Spirit and the Bride. That was 2010. It was written by this guy named Paul McKay.
Okay.
Yeah, but for the most part, 99.5% of my writing is just all me.
D and Kind by OJ written. The writings, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so after this album, you traveled out.
Yes.
And
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what was the plan?
Big time, said maybe big time gospel artist crowd to kwani idea. Into that me crowd because the first concert that I went to was a Kirk Franklin concert at a church on the Queensway. At that time we released Kirk Franklin and 1NC. Into a real concert me said me come prepare me last CD me far back door the come promoter and so on from Kirk Franklin on team in your mommy promoter me grab news all the man was for Hamado Martin and Kebio, but yeah, that was the dream.
So on next album after Ghanaian, The Birth or the Glory Town Project?
The Birth.
Okay. And when they produce and
me produce for artwork from
but send the all copy.
Only more copies be yeah, I think some more copies.
Okay. Now Glory Town's way.
Glory Town, yeah. That's the first time I worked with a professional producer outside of Ghana.
And then crowd about CD Chrome view. They don't produce CD, pen drive. So see, so you have My Birth after Hong Kong.
Yeah, The Birth. That was my first Canadian debut.
Oh, okay.
In 2004.
Okay.
And my apartment, and I said, me older brother can attest to them. You did it with you.
It's what they didn't go to go.
Yeah. Trying to put it together. Now we hear photo no cray watching. It's a gospel. You pa na hear photo a date. No. Swag power.
Big time swag, man.
The best. Okay. I think for me, the best songs nibi na.
Wherever, whenever, however.
The job must be done.
Could have been that I'm gone.
This song
you gave me
goes out to all my young Christian men out there.
Told me my
We've all been through our struggles one way or the other.
and I knew
But through it all, God has delivered us and He's brought us out.
that I'm gone.
Now it's about time that we can testify to the rest of the world about the goodness of God.
And you told me
Feel me?
my child stay strong. Now I'm
All right, check me out now.
and I knew
I have been all around the world, but I couldn't find the peace that I desired till you touch my lips with your precious word and it.
It took on challenges to be the same as a singer. At the same time, you were schooling, right?
Yeah, I was in school. Man, because you are new to the environment, you're new to the people, you have to build relationships, you have to be exposed to the community that at least, you have something to share. But it wasn't easy. And when I went to Canada, I wasn't immersed in the Ghanaian community because I felt like what God has in store for me went far beyond just a limited ethnic group. So I tried the best that I could to connect with a lot of people. And to a degree, it served its purpose just to have been able to reach out, connect with well-renowned gospel artists, work with them. And it's been quite a journey. Yeah.
Okay.
Gary wrote this one.
Oh, what joy. Oh, what peace. Oh, sweet calm when I dwell in the midst of your praise. Your arms comfort me, and your spirit surrounds me. Your anointing fills me when I dwell in the midst of your praise. Come on, help me sing. Oh, what joy.
Talking about relationships. So when I went to Canada, I was working at a call center. And the call center, I met this friend of mine.
I'm saying, young country.
Oh, it's how.
Yes, social coverage. They do come off.
Say Instagram live into your
Okay.
It's your call center. I'm here, Juman, because she have a name for Gary. No, so Otonium Ebokis Kakra, and my other friend Jeffrey. Into commodity on your Otonium. Into Gary, and the producers annual way.
Okay.
On the trust annual way that Jeffrey a producer here. But me na me here mixing and mastering BBO me little apartment.
There be artists, gospel artists in the bar with some question before which is happening. So most of gospel artists have issues with pastors in various churches. In terms of, I said, they are competing. Sometimes you say, I can't share because they believe, say, as a singer, you touch but preaching there, it was a time, say, yes, sabotage kakrabi. It is and as a foreigner.
Oh, no, dear. Oh, maybe I won't get into all the detail, but it happened to me literally. My first, the Birth album release, that was the first time you had Kim Burrell come to Toronto. If you're familiar with Kim Burrell, Opinimami, right? Were you there that night? Opinimami. Na me tunyum was stage no so no. Na sofo baba akoni bi won so ye sofo wa fe cha be obi a respect and say me nko so tunyum ya na me be preaching. So while I'm me tunyum na, I felt the need to encourage people to share a word. No, or not say me too, right?
That's it.
Exactly. Into obeying this anti Kimber so by no so yes something similar. One said not how you dark, right? One said house lights Nina is on. Apparently it's off when the wolf we get up turning house light and it's get it. Yeah, it's really bad.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's bad. It's out there.
Oh, but you want me preaching.
Still basically stay in your lane.
Okay.
Right. So that is there. And to a degree I kind of get it, but it needs to be communicated. And this wasn't even a church service. This is supposed to be my concert. Me concert and with Sunday service. Because if it's Sunday service not, there needs to be a level of communication between the pastor and the worship leader, and because they work hand in hand. Because sometimes I feel some pastors feel say the overturn no or be preaching the message. And even if that's the case, so what? God gives the message, and if whatever the Spirit of God is desired for the people to hear the message of God, so be it. What just sit there like I don't mean tears say so for you didn't much me say sorry no.
Yeah.
And nyamia dum omunso assume omunso chibichira amanfo. So enyama sorry, we are just vessels that Yankopon you see, right? But yeah, to your question, yeah, it's there. It
so they are threatened by the message, or you win some of their congregation.
Me can say everybody does it, but everybody does it with their own intentions and motives. That's why the Apostle Paul, there was some time you make a choice that Paul said, we don't preach, say Paul said, you know what, don't worry about those people. Some preach the gospel for their own ambitions, for selfish gain, and some also do it authentically. But you kind of say through it all, the name of Jesus is still being preached. So I take the same approach. So why no so then at the end of the day I take more back. We all stand before God. So whatever that we do, we need to make sure that we are doing it from the right heart.
Just the other day, Mama, I was thinking about how much you mean to me. You did everything that you could do to raise a child like me.
I wrote this song the first time Mama got sick.
That was 2001.
2001, yeah.
But now that you're gone, I got to stand.
Is it?
This should have been a tribute song.
This should have been a tribute song, right?
But you have to go like a sweet little bird in the wind, blown away. I'm so sad, but I'm glad I'll see you again someday. I know you're in heaven. I know.
Bassi get a remix to my.
Bassi remix my
Yeah.
I know you're in heaven. Smiling down on me. There is time for everything the Bible says. So I will cheer up, for I know where you are right now. You hear the sounds of her. I could hear the king keep telling you, well done, my faithful. Come and wear your crown of life. That's what you talk for. But now that you're gone, I gotta stand.
Morris ne Isaac omso omutie.
Nice. Babyface.
Yes, coming team. That's sick. I don't go judge for a champion.
In the wind, blown away. I'm so sad, but I'm glad I'll see you again someday. Oh, smiling down on me. I know. You're in heaven. Mama, you're smiling down on me. Smiling down on me.
It's remix no which any lyrics nana.
Me said Kirby, but me dream was this year. Right? So me better me big time producer pal.
To from Horny.
I was ahead of my time.
Enoch, Crystal Rose, a child, me that's it. So celebrity somebody now show me a kama mami. Sounds now me producer Kosibo Evans Yvette Nyamishra Munina.
I look back and see where you brought me from. Now I wanna say I thank you, Lord. When I laid my burdens down at the cross, you didn't let me down. I'm forever yours. How can I forget? How can I regret the favor you bestowed on my life? When I sing for you, Lord, I'm gonna use my gift.
Nana, I want to some social media handles so that they can follow you on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Instagram, The Real Pastor Dom. Social, Facebook, Shepherd Dom. I don't know.
Many sad news be bad. I mean, I can't confirm. I can't confirm. I don't confirm. I'm on my phone, so I Cecilia Murphy. A brantena. Yeah, mame 1 week. Obey MC no. And raw in your media. Oh, I'm so free. I'm in funny currency. Nah. And you make running with mobile. I don't know.
Dominic praise tones 2004. Yeah, keep it coming, y'all. Check this, praise tones. Like a little child with no idea where to go, I'm here now, all alone, for I cannot go on. Need somebody here with me to place your loving arms around me. Open my blinded eyes to see where I need to be, Lord. Of my soul, who will never leave me, no. In the cold.
It's for me go so the dada adofo Father Alphonsus Kobe that's so beboa yi no na bibia eko kama. Now Pastor Dom, you're a singer, a musician, and then I feel move into ministry to form a church or
as I said, it never once occurred in my thoughts. My wildest dreams are years of.
Okay.
But as I indicated earlier on, as Nyankopon was also. You try to do other things, but Nyankopon begs your attention all the time.
Okay.
One of the things that really I think pushed me is that if you want to change it, the change must start with you.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes it's very easy to say, but then what are we doing to contribute to the situation? And we are messengers. As the Apostle Paul kind of said, we are ambassadors passing through. So we are ambassador of any kingdom. You are a representative. So in Fahon say Wako Bible School, Unko Bible School, say war gift me idea. The message is simple: go and make disciples. Can Yesu assembly chirobi? And that conviction was always there. So my immediate circle, I decided to just respond to the call and impact my immediate circle. And wherever God takes it, right? I'm just a vessel. So that's where it all stems from. It's not say me wa dream kesi be on my obustati ministry. Imagine say ministry I'm the baby I never went into ministry with any of those intentions. Into even a starting ministry from day one, me catch me pet sa so no betua me pay because I feel the needs that we are just what they need. Not to say wants me, because the Bible said the workman is deserving of double honor. So yeah, we'll see you, but that is not the focus. The focus is to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Challenges no be to saying.
Challenges, yeah. Especially where we are. So for us, we'll see a already cherry crowd one day. Because it's adding, you're not only dealing with it's a different territory. You're dealing with spiritual forces, and you're also dealing with the culture. Especially Toronto is the most diverse city in the world. You're dealing with any type of all kinds of religions, all kinds of races, culture, and we embrace everything, right? So on the spiritual front, once the Bible says we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers of darkness. You have all these entities that you are battling. On top of that, you are battling with systems. You are battling with politics, culture. Say, mean to me right now, me preaching it's very dicey. On my David Len. He preached on the street. Can't Bible assembly on the street. What can't only can't near betcheno. Now you're
is it for noise or
for noise, but you also realize that in your fair say obi bar no bonima no so ye did ba no yenchino but no cry the megaphone now
say about your tax
and
anyway
that's what I'm talking about, right?
Permit to make noise,
all fight systems, even a sorry cry not for profit untia taxes. Taxes now utiano. I finish one or every 6 months, you get a portion back. That's the tax breaks. So right now, system we and say kick out and sorry in every chrome because say into your tax.
Oh yeah.
Into you push you out no magic tax. So me and catch a software piece say Jesus said, "Give what is Caesar's to Caesar's." Tax no more pay. You more tax now.
Then also for us into your tax. If they are pushing you guys out because of taxes.
So I'm going to can't show flat out say tax into that. So you have to be very strategic, and even sorry, but all pastor not to a specific place as zone say hang a song crown now bit me won't be so okay sorry it be fine
because there are residential areas, you have commercial areas.
A whole ministry a different. It was Nyankopon Nyansa, and there was also a demand. Now why a strategic idea, a different.
So they believe in the structure, the system, not religion not or tradition.
No. For the most part, yeah. Yeah.
If you give me one more chance, I will sing your song. Let me live one more day, I will praise your name. Lord, my spirit longs to worship you. I will join with the angels singing hallelujah. In your presence there is joy. In your presence there is peace. There is peace. And that is where I long to be. In your presence I am here to sing your praise.
How do you prepare for shows like event tours, and how often do you?
When I'm in the zone, it's just a lot of rehearsal. So at least twice a week before the show with the rest of the team. But I haven't done that in a while. I mean, especially with COVID and all, I got a little bit lazy. But typically, for rehearsals, we separate the band from the singers. So the singers get together, we practice our parts, our notes. Oh, sorry, so beside me, bro.
That's what you break.
Yeah, I'm a Kumerica forever, yeah. So yeah, week night, even 2 weeks prior. Na yeshia into nyom to fono yeshia you practice your notes, your harmony, material no so be any on the parts near there na band no so ayo modia separately and sand ya be carbon to make sure that we are all in sync.
Yeah, okay.